We are rolling and we are golden. Hopefully my audio is okay. Let me know in the comments. I'm always worried about my headset not working because I don't have it plugged in right before the live stream. I'll plug it in. I'm like, did it sync correctly? I'm not sure if it's synced correctly. So, all right. So who we got in the chat right now? We got three. Gavin Tangible, how's it going, buddy? Good to have you. Good to have you with us at the nice Sunday fun day live stream. We got a few things to talk about, and then we're also potentially going to crack a few things open on the stream and have some fun. We have a few booster packs lying around from various sets, some new, some old, not too old, obviously, within reason. And hopefully we can actually get to cracking some of those. Hope you guys are also having a fantastic weekend. Mine flew by. I bought a car this weekend, a used car. So I'm in the process of getting it insured, and wow, some of the price quotes I was getting for the insurance was crazy. I'm hoping they're not accurate. I want to talk to an actual insurance agency to get the real numbers, but wow, some of the car insurance prices in Toronto are crazy, especially for used cars. Hey, how's it going? Brief Kasten from Germany. Jacob, how is it going? My day is going pretty decent. Right now, it's almost 5 o'clock here in Toronto. The sun is still shining, but I am in my basement chatting with you guys. So hopefully you guys have some questions that I can get to answering. Hey, how's it going, Roman? Buddy, he's a new patron as well. So thanks a lot for being a patron. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the chat. And I'm hoping to engage with a lot of you here today. Jacob, sorry, stupid phone, change your name. What? Oops. That's not good. Okay. So yeah, we might crack open a few packs. I do have a few lying around here. A Dominaria pack. Guilds Ravnica, fun set. And a Jumpstart pack. That could be really cool. The only thing about Jumpstart is as soon as you crack it, you kind of already know what you might be getting just based on the actual pack name. So it kind of takes away a bit of the fun as you're trying to do a slow roll to the ending. We have a Kaladesh pack as well. And we do have one of my favorite sets of all time, Return to Ravnica. Hey, Pause, Brown, buddy, how is it going? He's on his way to getting up to 1,000 subscribers, so hopefully you can get some love tonight, and maybe you can get some subscribers. Hope all is well. I love Dominaria. Yeah, Dominaria, hopefully. Yeah, maybe we'll get a shot at cracking this open today. It'll be fun. Ooh, yeah, I almost forgot. I also have lying around here a Battle for Zendikar intro pack. So it includes 2 boosters here as well. So we might crack this open and we can get to the deck contents as well. I almost forgot what's actually in these. Strange story with intro packs. This is one of the last intro packs that we ever got. After this, I believe Kaladesh is when they started going with the Planeswalker decks instead. And that's what we got going forward. And then those turned into the Commander intro decks, I guess. So that might be kind of fun if we can get some of that stuff open here. Are the Zendikar decks any good? No, not really. No, they're not really. Hey, how's it going, Wayne? Good evening, buddy. Hope you are having a decent evening. I know it's later in Europe right now. Yeah, no, these intro decks are not very good. The Battle for Zendikar ones. Well, the packs in it could be good because you potentially can get a lottery card. But the actual contents, not a lot of good cards in the set, especially at rare or uncommon level. You can get Sylvan Scrying, which is an uncommon, which is a useful card. But overall, no, nothing really of value. Velocity Blast was nice. Cracked on one of the Battle for Zendikar intro decks not too long ago. Found a dusty one at London Drugs. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you could find some of them, especially with Walmart or Targets. Some of the older stuff that you can find even underneath the boards at the bottom. It's crazy. I've seen people find old Marvel Legends, old Pokemon packs from like the 90s there, like stuck to the floor. It's like just because no one cleans underneath there. I guess they don't pay them enough to open those boards up and start cleaning all the stuff and contents in the bottom there. But some of the stuff people found is crazy. You can find a bunch of YouTube videos with all that stuff. So Roman says, where can I buy clear plastic card sleeves for a good deal? They're all very expensive everywhere. Look, prices doubled on them a few months ago. Yeah, a lot of supply chain issues with that. That's one of the main reasons why you aren't going to be able to find those for decent price. Do you remember earlier in the pandemic, it was the top loaders actually were the ones that had the biggest price jumps because people were using them when they're selling cards to ship, right? So they had a massive spike increase, but they actually ended up calming down too. And remember, those plastic sleeves are made with oil, and right now there's a bit of an oil crisis. So yeah, the prices are going to double. People are just looking to the futures prices. They're price adjusting. So yeah, I don't know if there's any dollar stores or something around you. Some dollar stores sell sleeves. That might be the best bet. I hope that's a decent enough answer, Roman. Okay, so we got a few comments more here to talk to. Okay, so I'm watching the random buy video, got up to Apocalypse. Nice. Yeah, the ending part, Jacob, the binder is where things get really sweet. I opened up one collector pack of Zendikar, got a full art Verdant Catacombs foil. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's probably the best one. I think Verdant Catacombs, Misty Rainforest. It's a toss up. Obviously, Scalding Tarn's always a good one to get too, but those three, wow, really cool. Hey Alberto, how's it going, buddy? Always happy to see you in the chat. For penny sleeves, I recommend checking your LGS. Yeah, for penny sleeves, LGS for sure. You're saying the price increases are going up. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, usually LGSs don't gouge. They're pretty reliable. You paid 80 for top loaders about a month ago. Yeah, that's crazy. How much did you get for 80 bucks? Pause. That is mighty expensive for top loaders. If you're paying over like 30 cents each for a top loader, to me, that's already getting pretty expensive. Yeah, no worries, Alberto. Yeah, if you got to go to bed, you got to go to bed. I totally get that too. And you're in Europe, so the time zone's difference. How many top loaders for 80 bucks? Yeah, that's exactly what I was just asking. I'll let the comments load a little before you guys can go back and forth. Yeah, Misty is probably my favorite based on the art too. 100%, especially for the new collector booster packs from Zendikar Rising. 100%. All right, we got about 15 in here. We may crack open a few booster packs. See how it goes. I'm going to be here till about 6:15ish, 6:20 at the latest. So we do have some time to read a few comments here. Yeah, but hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Right now it's really sunny outside. I had a little bit of time early in the day to enjoy a nice bike ride, try to get some exercise, try to get some vitamin D. Toronto right now is like the most locked down city in the world. So anytime there's sun, I'm out, even if there's no stores that are actually open, to sit down or bars or restaurants. I just want to get out in the sun and just bike. Summers in Toronto, they're about 2 months long. So even the spring, you basically get almost next to no spring. You're lucky to get like a few sunny days in a row in May. 200 loaders for 80 bucks, maybe 400. Well, it's quite the difference. For 200 loaders, that's not a very good deal. For 400 top loaders, 80 bucks, that's not too bad. Yeah, plastics in general, even 3D printer filament is difficult to source out at a good price. Yeah, 100% right now. Yeah, anything that's going to use plastics, which are partially oil that they use to make it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy right now. There was the lumber price increases recently have been crazy too. Lumber mills have been not able to produce as much. All the shortages, the crazy spikes as well. Volatility right now is incredible in the stock market. Yeah, pretty sure it was 400. Yeah, for 400. Okay, so that's not that bad of a price for 400 though. I mean, it's still a little bit more expensive than I would like to pay typically for top loaders, but that seems a bit fair. All right. So yeah, what'd you guys think of the random buy video? I'm trying to track down a few more collections. That one was good. Those are the ones that I typically would love to find on a frequent basis. But right now, it's just so hard to find collections for a decent price. Like I don't want to overpay for collections, especially if a lot of the cards aren't something that I want to actually collect or put into my collection or put into decks. Then obviously I'll have a couple of cards I'll have to trade, and that takes a bit of work to go through all the stuff, piece them out, sort them, and then trade them for stuff that I actually want to get. If you want top loaders for cheap, then look online for card collections for cheap. Usually sports cards are top. Yeah, sometimes if you actually buy collections, that's a good point. You will find a lot of sleeves and top loaders within the collection that you're just getting as like a bonus added on just for purchasing. No, that's true. Okay, so you know what? What time is it now? So it's almost 5. So we'll crack open one of the booster packs to get things going here. Which one shall I open? You know what? I'll pick. This time I'll pick which pack we open first. Okay, so we will open. Oh, you used to support Liverpool. Used to? What's going on with that? Did you see Alisson Becker's header today? That was crazy. Okay, it's not often that you see a goalkeeper score. You know, we'll open up Guilds of Ravnica. Okay, here it is. We are going to open up a Guilds of Ravnica pack. Hopefully you guys are having a good evening. Maybe we'll get a good card as well. That'd be fun. Get that in the live stream as well. Okay, so we're starting things off with a Healer's Hawk. Okay, next up we have a Wish Coin Crab. And we've got a Severed Strands. Hey, Wayne. No. I've been supporting this team since I was a little kid, a little wee lad. Generous Stray. Assassin's Trophy would be nice. Then we got a Hired Poisoner. Then we got a Vernati Shieldmate. Oh, I almost forgot about that card. Yeah, I know. I missed the Ravnica block too. I love the guilds. We got a Hypothesizzle, one of the hardest cards to say 4 times fast. And then we got a Prey Upon. And then we've got a Hammer Dropper. Hammer Time. Then we got a Demir Locket, similar to the Signets. And then we got an Undercity Necrolisk is our first uncommon. Then we got a Thoughtbound Phantasm. Yeah, actually, I like playing this card in a limited. A Smothering Tithe. That's in the other one, Ravnica Allegiance. This is Guilds of Ravnica. We got a World Soul Colossus. And our rare of the pack. Ooh. Oh, it's a mythic. We have got a mythic. It's March of the Multitudes. A good card in Commander. Not too bad. We did get a mythic. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just a regular land. Yeah, a Guildgate, Demir Guildgate. Not too bad. We open up a mythic. That is not too bad at all. All right. I'm wondering if I could throw this in one of my commander decks. Maybe I should make another commander deck. Slowly build the pieces up. But yeah, that's not bad. Nice instance with Convoke. And you can create X/1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. Not bad at all. So we're going to set these aside here. Maybe we'll open up another pack a little bit later, or if we get a super chat or a new channel member, we'll crack open another pack and they get to choose which one they want to see opened. Which we do have 4 here, which is Jumpstart, Kaladesh. We have Return to Ravnica and Dominaria, and potentially even the Battle for Zendikar intro pack, which is the red one right now. All right, Mulch of the Multitudes. Not bad at all. What do we got? Tristani Selesnia's Voice. That was that one in Guilds of Ravnica? Gavin Tangible? Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, Velocity Blasters. Okay, you know what? Super chat, so it's your choice. You get to decide which one we get to open. And also, thanks a lot for the super chat. It's all up to you. Which one do you want to see? If you don't want to pick, I can pick for you, but we have this. We also have, if you do want to see this opened up, this is an intro pack. We do have 2 Battle for Zendikar boosters in there as well. If you choose this, I'll open up this deck and we'll go through it, and we'll also go through one of the booster packs, and I'll set another one aside. Kaladesh, of course. Kaladesh, great choice. Hopefully we can get an invention, maybe. If not, I really like the fast lands in this. So maybe we can get that even. Blooming Marsh is my favorite fast land. My second favorite's probably Spirebluff Canal, but it's also about like which decks I like to play. When it comes to Commander, I really like Golgari for Commander. Simic is really good too. But yeah, for anything like really competitive though, I like Izzet, Boros, Rakdos, any sort of variation with red in it. I find red aggro is fun for that. Okay, so we got a tidy conclusion as our first. Aetherflux Reservoir is in that too. Yes, you're right. It is. Okay, so we'll slow roll this one. And then we do have, what the heck is, oh yeah, Bastion and Mantodon. That's right. They had the weird elephants in this as well. So the vehicles, some of these things take me back. I almost forget what it was like playing this block. We have a Curio Vendor. I know Dramatic Reversal is a really good common in the set as well. And that and foil at one point, I don't know what it's at right now. At one point, the foil price for that common was around $15 for Dramatic Reversal. We got Live Fast. That's usually what happens with any common in a set that sees play in multiple formats until obviously it gets a reprint in another set later on. And after all, it's just a common. But the older original printings usually still hold a premium over any of the reprints, right? Especially if they're old border original printings. Inspired Charge. We do have a Gear Seeker Serpent. We got a Spontaneous Artist. Not bad at all. And then we got the Appetite for the Unnatural. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good card and limited too. A lot of artifacts in that set to remove. We have Self-Assembler, a lot of artifact creatures. And then we have Chandra's Pyro Helix. I think the next one should be the first uncommon. No. Oh, no, it is. Yeah, so Detection Module, another really playable card. Then we got a Council's Shield Guard. And then we got our last uncommon is Disappearing Act. Okay, so I think we actually might have a foil in this pack because it looks like there's a few more extras behind here. So we do have, okay, Madcap Experiment. Man, I keep getting this card. Like when it comes to bulk rares, I think I have at least 25 Madcap Experiments. Okay, and we do have an island. Oh, I thought we had an extra card. That's so weird. So we got a Madcap Experiment. Okay, so not the greatest. It was a playable card in Titan decks in Modern, but yeah, not bad. So we got a Madcap Experiment right now from our second pack open, and then we got the March of the Multitudes as our first. All right, thanks a lot, Velocity, for sponsoring that pack. Hopefully, it's a shame that we couldn't crack anything too good with that Kaladesh pack, but I don't have the best luck with Kaladesh. Or, yeah, I really don't. Even Aether Revolt. When it comes to pulling lottery cards, I've pulled lottery cards in Battle for Zendikar, Oath of Gatewatch, tons from Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation, even though they were a little bit easier to get, but not that much. But I got so many of those. Kaladesh, Aether Revolt, I've opened so many booster boxes, so many packs, so many fat packs, so many, basically any sort of product that they released for Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, I've opened them all like tons of times, and I haven't opened up a single invention. They're very hard to get, and they're the best looking lottery cards. All right, so what do we got in the comments here? Wayne says, both Guilds and Allegiance are spots 2 and 3 of my best sealed investments. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, Ravnica Allegiance I think is a great long-term hold. It's also before they had the collector booster boxes and set booster boxes. And face-to-face in Toronto, they had a deal one time. It was $100. And this is not too long ago, $100 for Ravnica Allegiance booster boxes. And so that's Canadian pricing. So if you're gonna adjust that to American. That's around $70, $72 American. So that was an incredible deal. I tried to buy as many as I could at that time. Well, as much as like my wallet would let me for investing purposes. And I don't want to, you know, I need some extra money for every other bill that I need to pay. But I did buy at least the case. So really good for investment, I think. Mike, is that how I pronounce your name? So I think, is it Mike? Best wishes from Germany. Love your content. Oh, thanks, buddy. I know it's a evening right now in Germany, so hopefully you got a nice pint of beer with you, or a Stein. I guess you'd be drinking Steins as well. Do you guys drink as much Steins, or do you guys just drink pints too? My friends and I and my wife open packs. Her luck is uncanny. It's almost as if, yeah, no, I know there's some people that they just open packs and they get the best luck. My brother's like that. He gets way better pulls than I do when I open packs. Every time he opens up a booster box or a fat pack or something, he will get he'll get like a much better mythic pull rate, but not even just mythics. He'll just pull like the best rare in the set, the one that's the most played in standard. It's crazy his luck. Some of my luck is really bad. If you watch some of my old box openings and pre-release kits, those are the ones I have the worst luck with. Pre-release kits, I have never had good luck opening any pre-release kit. I don't know what it is. I just don't do well when it comes to pre-release kits. Are you buying AMC? AMC as in the stock AMC? No, I did have AMC stock at one point, but I did end up selling it. Contents change. Yeah, no, I know. I got that. I got that. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I did have a bit of AMC stock at one point. I ended up selling it at closer to $15 a share. Yeah, you don't like beer? Well, I hear you. That's true. But I mean, German beer is so good though. I feels like it's such a shame. Although I do like wine as well. I just find like on a Sunday, I like having a beer more than wine. Wine is more like calming down in the evening after a long day of work. On a Sunday when I'm already out relaxing, you know, I've gotten some sun on a nice bike ride. I want to come in and have a lager, a pilsner, maybe even a radler, which is actually a German grapefruit beer, similar to Shandy's actually. Do some research on it. Why is something going on with AMC right now? I know like the economy's reopening, so theaters technically should be opening up. I know that we are going to be streaming a lot more in the future. So as a long-term hold, I'm not sure what's going on with it. Do I have a favorite MTG artwork? Great question. Great question. That is a great question. Favorite artwork. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, so yeah, that's a really good question. You know what? I think Dark Ritual, the original Dark Ritual from Alpha Beta Unlimited, that would probably be up there for sure. Christopher Rush's Lightning Bolt, the original, it's just iconic. Man, there is so much. There is so much. It's tough. That's a really good question though. Man, but there's some ones that I guess even Vesuvian Doppelganger, because I like Quentin Hoover's artwork as well. I love the art on that. You know, I even like I like Hunter's Insight, even though that's just an uncommon. But that's really good Therese Nielsen artwork. I like all the Rebecca Gay lands. I like John Avon's lands too. Like it's so hard. That's a good question because it's really about my mood. But I would love one day to hold and own a John Avon print at one point, like original print. That would be amazing. Why? What's your favorite artwork? I want to know what yours is. Investing into One Harmony cryptocurrency and Dogecoin. Interesting. I never even heard of that. One Harmony cryptocurrency. Dogecoin. I know that I had a bit of a sell off recently. Let me know what's going on with that now. Is that actually going back up? I know crypto has been having a crazy sell off this weekend. Bitcoin was down a few percent, at least 5 to 10% since Friday. Psychic Venom, good, yeah, and I think that is Hoover's artwork too, if I'm not mistaken. Urza's Workshop, yeah. Oh, Worship, yeah, you're right. That is a good one. Yeah, that is good artwork. The flavor text as well. Yeah, flavor text is another thing, but that's a little different. I don't know. Do the artists actually come up with the flavor text, or is that just because that would actually make it even more interesting? Like, I love the flavor text. It, like, for 7th edition Squall, for example, it has the quote, the William Shakespeare Othello quote. See, that stuff that's really cool. The flavor on that is really nice. Yeah, Sundays I find are pretty slow sometimes. Um, last the last live stream was really fun. When we hit 4,000 subs, that was a blast. We opened up a lot of packs in that live stream. Got to answer a lot of questions as well. So if you have anything you guys want to know, it's a little bit slow right now, so I have time to actually go over every single comment. So just drop them. Let me know what is going on. Hey, it's 2X. How's it going, buddy? Yes, you caught me. You caught me. You bought shares from multiple different companies, and the One Harmony turned out to be very good. I almost doubled in the last day. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I've been into some of the mining, like the mining stocks, not the actual crypto itself. I was into Bitfarms was one of them. Crypto Star was another. Mara, obviously. But right now, I'm a little bit worried because crypto's been getting a bit of a sell off this weekend. So I don't know. Yeah, but I don't like selling though. I kind of hold. I like to hold. Even when something I'm losing a lot of value on, I'll hold it all the way up until I basically just get my money back, and then I'll sell because it's like, oh, thank God I'm out of that. But I don't really like to sell at a loss. Yeah, Tesla stopped accepting it to buy cars. Yeah, he mentioned it's something to do with energy costs. Like, the energy was insane to actually mine Bitcoin, which is like that. That's obvious. It uses a lot of electrical power. But yeah, that definitely sent it into a nosedive. Brian Snoddy. Oh, right. Yes, you're right. Do you play drums? And if so, how long? Um, yeah, I played drums a bit. Kind of off and on for a few years. These are not very good. This set here, it's more just decoration. They have been played, but for the most part, right now it's just a little too loud to play in house. When things open back up, I might go back to a studio and jam a bit, but this is not. No, like, not like in a band or anything. I don't have any band that I play with. I do mess around on the drums a bit, a little bit of jamming here and there, but that's the extent of my drumming. Any plans to get a bigger table for the unboxings? Feels like you're using an IKEA lac table. Yeah, you're right. Well, you know what it is? It's not really necessarily that it's small. It's the way. So I'm actually using it the vertical way. So it's a file cabinet. So it's actually long. So you can pull out the cabinet, the files like that. But it's because I have it in between two tables, so I don't have a lot of space. Like, the wall behind me, and then there's two tables in front of me, the one that I'm using, and then there's a file cabinet, and there's another table there where actually I do my work for my day job. So there's not too much space unless I actually moved it somewhere else in the room here. So I like to do everything in this room. This is kind of like my man cave studio space. I could figure something else out. I just like having it right beside me as I'm working. So if I have an idea for a quick video or something I want to open up, I could just put the stuff there, get the camera set up, and it's just an easy setup for me to have right now. I could look into getting a bigger table at some point, or maybe even just doing a rearranging at some point. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. It is a bit small. Missed the last ones. How's everything going, brother? Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Released the random buy video yesterday. Jeez, time flies. Just having a lazy Sunday right now. Had a bike ride, and now I was just chatting with you. So if you guys have any questions, yeah, please let me know. Eating pizza. I wish I had pizza right now. That's a good idea. I haven't eaten dinner yet. You give me some ideas right now. Dogecoin isn't going up or down. So it's basically stable right now. So maybe it's consolidating for another move up. You started mining Doge on Umina Blend. What is that? Is this interesting? I'm learning things today. I didn't even know that was a place you could actually mine Dogecoin. I know obviously people have to mine these coins somehow. Wayne says, I don't see any value in crypto at the moment. Yeah, well, crypto right now is more of a storage of wealth. You know, it goes up and down. It's kind of like a hedge against inflation, is the way I kind of look at it, almost like gold, which is why they call like Bitcoin the digital gold. But when it comes to actually so the value of cryptocurrency is weird because the way they actually see how valuable cryptocurrency actually is they still value it based off of the US dollar, right? So, and if the US dollar crashes, who knows what cryptocurrencies are really going to be worth? Like, I don't know. They'd have to use another form of fiat currency to base it off of or peg it to gold. It has to be pegged to something, like a physical asset, maybe. If Elon accepts Doge as payments, it will have a temporary spike, and I am trying to ride that out. Yeah, for Dogecoin, it's possible. Like I know he didn't want to do it for Bitcoin because of all the energy costs attached to it, he was saying, and also the volatility he cited as one of the examples. Conversation about the worst trade you ever made in MTG. I traded a set of revised. Wow, for a box of Star Wars collectible card games in 95. Oh man, that is brutal, dude. But this is for you. I mean, in hindsight, that's a bad trade, right? But no one really knows in the moment like that. Like you don't know how the card games were going to appreciate over time. But that is a rough one. Worst trade I've ever done for Magic. I've been pretty lucky in a sense that I never really. I kind of like to hold my cards. I mean, like sometimes I would trade my cards into the store for other things, which was dumb. Because the value discrepancy there, just based on buy list pricing, is just off. But for the most part, I think the worst thing is probably fetch lands. Trading fetch lands to a friend for like commander staples. Well, not really staples, just cards that I don't even know what the cards are now. They were just cards that went into a deck that I ended up disassembling later on, and I didn't realize how much fetch lands were worth at the time. So I was kind of, I guess that was a bit of a. Well, I don't know how much fetch lands were back then because this is around just about a year after Zendikar came out. So I don't know what he did with those cards, but it was like a Verdant Catacombs, Arid Mesa. So I don't know but I never really did anything crazy like selling a whole set or a whole binder of something. I've done crazy stuff with Pokemon cards. I've definitely gotten hosed over that. I sold my Doge and put it into V-Bucks. The Bitcoin ledger is over 500 gigabytes Bitcoin. Is only useful for speculation. Interesting. I only ask because it definitely feels a little claustrophobic. I'm always worried you're going to knock everything off the table. Yeah, I could definitely arrange things maybe a little bit better. It gets a lot more difficult for like if I'm buying a collection, 100%. That's why I have to keep everything beside me, and then I have to put it on top of the table, then go through a pile, set it aside. Yeah, and you're right. The table, it starts to get, especially if you watch my last random buy video when I tried to get everything on the table, including the big Exodus binder. Yeah, that it gets pretty claustrophobic. What was your first MTG booster you ever bought? That's a good question. And at what expansion did you start playing? Yeah. So first booster I ever bought was Magic 2010. And I ended up getting a lightning bolt in it because that was when lightning bolt was in standard at that time. It was in the common slot for Magic 2010 boosters. So that was the first booster I ever bought. The first expansion set that I ever started playing was the Return to Ravnica block. So that was the first time I ever actually started going to stores and playing, like, you know, for Friday Night Magic or like drafts, sealed. But I was playing before that just with friends casually at his store, you know, at his house. We play after a few beers at the bar, or I'd come over on like a Sunday, and I pretty much learned everything from my friend. At first, he kind of showed me, you know, how all the colors worked and what they kind of were supposed to represent, and like how, you know, blues, a lot of you know, blue is all about like flying and counter spells, and white is about like, you know, a lot of like creatures like wide, and then a lot of enchantments, and then how like green was like stompy creatures, trample is one of the biggest mechanics in that, and you had a lot of elves, and same thing, goblins for red, and he kind of taught me all the basics. And then when the Ravnica block came out, there was the guilds, and I got really excited about that. So I wanted to go to the store and play it myself, because like the idea of like combining the colors into one card and having, you know, specific type of uses for cards that would actually have new mechanics, right? Like they had for in Return to Ravnica, was it no, Convoke was for the original Ravnica. For what was it? Italian was really cool for Boros. That was a really cool mechanic. Unmineable. Wow. Okay, so I got a lot of questions to catch up on. Okay, this is what happens when I go on a slight rant. Now I got to get back to these questions. Michael says, "What's up, dude? What do you think about those new full text lands?" See, I immediately read it as full art, because why would someone do full text lands? I mean, they're kind of like a meme, because even before that secret layer came out, I swear people have done memes of that before, where it was full text lands. So Wizards got that idea from just scouring the internet and looking at people's artwork or memes and stuff. And I don't know. I personally don't think it's, to me, that's like a proxy. You know, if someone made a proxy about that, I'd laugh at that. The fact that Wizards of the Coast is trying to make money off of that, I'm like, not really for me. Roman says, "I like the artwork on Dinosaurs Attack trading cards. I just bought a booster box on eBay last month. They went up in value too." Interesting. I never even knew about that. I'm gonna have to do some research on it. Dinosaurs Attack is like the set's name. Interesting. If that's true, why is crypto going down with the market? And now when we have inflation, Bitcoin is not a store of wealth. Yeah, right. Yeah, but I get what you're saying, Wayne. But right now, the whole economy is insane right now. We could be seeing deflation. You're right, though. Like in the future, there could be some deflation. But I think right now, a lot of people are afraid. They don't really know where to put their money. You know what is a good place to put your money in? The reserve list and 7th edition foils. So that is always a good option. Usually put your money into assets is usually the best hedge against inflation. But you know, usually people would throw it into gold, you know, buy a bunch of gold as a storage wealth. But then again, gold, remember, gold is like an asset you can hold. Cryptocurrency, it's like a digital asset. So it's not really tangible. But yeah, I know what you mean though, Wayne. Yeah. MTG is a safer investment in crypto. Yeah, 100%. That's what I was saying. The reserve list is definitely a safer investment right now. Anything like, yeah, a real asset, physical asset. You sold your whole collection in 2009 for my first girlfriend. Oh no. Started buying back in TMG 3 years later. Oh, that's rough. Did she want you to sell the collection, or did you just want to have extra capital, you know, to kind of like take her out on dates or something, and you didn't feel like you needed to, like it was taking up too much time when you're going out and playing and buying cards? I mean, I get that. I totally get that. You traded your original collection for some CDs and a bunch of, oh my God, Gavin, tangible. Oh, that's rough. For CDs too. And people can just burn them after. That's rough. Started in Nemesis. Yeah, well, you started way before I did then. Like I knew of the game, and I've went to game stores and comic book shops, and I've seen them before, and I knew about the game before. I just never actually started playing or collecting back then. But I did end up like acquiring a lot of old cards early on, from like buying from friends who didn't play the game anymore. So then I started like doing my own research and finding out more about the older cards and the older history as well. I'm guessing you never played at interrupt speed. No, I was all about the instance. Yeah, you're right. Interrupt that was new. That was like the older lingo, right? The interrupts. Is it worth it to pick up reserve list bulk cards just because they're reserve list? Yeah, it's one of those things where should you be paying full price for reserve list bulkier cards? Probably not, but yes, they're worth picking up. If you could find a good deal on them, they're still reserve lists. They're never going to be reprinted again. And a lot of these sets, the older sets, they disclose their actual printing information. So especially if they're from like the Four Horsemen sets, even if they're bulky, if they're reserve lists, they will definitely continue to go up. Yeah, and Mana Burn as well, Jacob. Yeah, I just read that now. No, I didn't play during that era. Peter Shift says stagflation. Stagflation is the worst. That is the absolute worst. Remember, wages usually they tend to lag 18 months behind inflation as well. So that's a lot of pain if we're heading towards stagflation. I try to buy every single foil 8th edition foil I can get. I'm in love with that single what? Oh, Egray? Single, okay. I was like, what? I read that as every single foil 8th edition. Yeah, interesting. I have a collection of about 5,000 older video games. They tick up nicely. Yeah, if you have them sealed as well, 100%. Even if they're not sealed, if they're like NES, Super Nintendo, 100%, those always go up. There's a lot of people grade. That was a thing that I just found out recently, that people grade old video games. That's crazy. So there's a real market for those collectibles. I don't have too many friends though that actually collect video games. They're more into the Steam era of video games where they just have everything. They'll stream any game that they want. Just download it. But yeah, no, 100%. Collectibles are going up like crazy, especially even older video games. Every single foil worship. Yeah, okay. So worship. Yeah, worship. The artwork there is great too. When I started playing Italian Legends, had just hit the stores. That's a long time ago. So Wayne, you are way back. You were in the era where you could just hold any bulk cards that you had and they would just go up in value. See, when you started playing from the Return to Ravnica era onwards, bulk is real bulk, right? That's just lots of cards are very hard to move. But you're playing in an era where if you just held on to your bulk, you would have made a lot of returns. All right. So we might open up another pack. So to any newer viewers, we have Dominaria here. We got Return to Ravnica, and we got Jumpstart. So this one will be interesting because if you open this up, you'll automatically know whether or not you're going to do well. Also got an intro pack that I actually ended up getting in the random buy, if you remember that. That was just a random add-in, the Bearish Tyrant one. And it comes with 2 packs of Battle for Zendikar. And you can actually get lottery cards in here as well, the Expeditions. So we might open up one of those too. But the Return to Ravnica is sitting here. I'm eyeing that one. I'm eyeing the Return to Ravnica. I live in Japan and no one picks up reserve list cards, so they're sitting around in bulk bins everywhere, always picking them up. Wow. That's crazy that no one's picking up reserve list cards at all in Japan. Like they're just sitting in bulk. Do people not know of the card's value? Sometimes, especially with comic book stores, they'll just have bins of cards and they'll just like 25, 50 cents or $1. And some of the cards are like, yeah, like for $1, they're nowhere near that. They'll be like bulk rares from sets from Return to Ravnica forward. But then, you'll see cards in there that like reserve list cards are, Four Horsemen sets. And yeah, it's just weird because comic book stores, they don't keep up to date with the market all the time. They usually just, it's like for them, it actually takes more effort to keep pricing things according to the market going up. So they just have, hey, it's $1. You pick up the cards. We just keep filling this long box up of cards that we end up getting through collections purchased, or just traded in, and then you just pick through the cards. And they'll have like sometimes even like 5 for $3. It's great, yeah. If you can find comic book stores that do that, it's a great deal. I'm currently collecting a sealed draft box of all core sets, 2010 to current. Have 2010, 2011, and 2015 so far. That's fun. That's a great idea for like a draft cube box. That's amazing. And I love core sets for drafting. I sold my collection when I stopped playing in 2003, so we all have our regret stories. Oh, that's rough, Wayne. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, everyone's going to have, regrets, especially when it comes to collectibles. My uncle has a story about how he passed up on Amazing Spider-Man #1, and he's told me the story at least 5 times. How there was a comic book store that was closing down in his area, and this was in the late 80s, and he was fairly young at this time. He was in his early 20s, and he had an opportunity to buy Amazing Spider-Man #1 for about $1,000 at that time. It wasn't the greatest condition, but $1,000 it just seemed like a lot of money for him. And then now he regrets it. See, there's some things that are just going to continue going up in the future. Something like that is almost like a no-brainer. But yeah, people, sometimes it just feels like it's not a good move in the moment because you're attached to your money and you're like, oh, well, I need this money right now. I need to be, no, I won't, I'll pass. But as an investment goes, like things like that, collectibles of that nature and that lure, they're always going to go up. I mean, reserve list commons and things that have been traditional trash, they price their dual lands normally. Yeah, of course. Yeah, like there's certain cards that even if you're a comic book store and you're not staying up to date with markets, you're going to know at least the staples. You'll know which staples are always going to hold value, and they'll probably keep up to date with those prices. Do I follow any other Magic the Gathering YouTubers? Yeah, follow a lot. I mean, the ones that I probably watch the most were Rudy Alpha Investments, Tolarian Community College. I watch Bad Boy Gaming, Magic Historian sometimes, Command Zone on occasion. Well, I don't know, it's weird because I watch probably random videos from a lot of YouTubers, but those are the ones that like I'll actually search for on occasion to see what their newer upload is. Yeah, any thoughts on the new Magic comics from Boom? Not really. I haven't really been keeping up to date with any of that information. I do collect comics. I have a lot of comic books, but I don't know if I'm going to be purchasing those. I don't know if I want to collect those. I know they tried on a few occasions Magic Gathering to create comics. I guess this is their next attempt at it, so hopefully they succeed this time and get some attention. Have you got any new 7th edition foils? Or are you waiting for in the mail. Right now, no. I don't have any ones that I've purchased as a single. No, not at the moment. But I'm on the lookout constantly. Right now, I just bought a used car, so that took a lot of funds. Very expensive. So now I'm just trying to get the insurance figured out, and insurance in Canada is crazy for cars. So that's exciting. So no, right now I don't really have too much funds. That random buy collection that I got was a few weeks back, and that was a pretty big chunk of change. So I'm waiting to save up some more money so I can actually start investing back into Magic Gathering cards. Right now, I'm just kind of like gonna wait till the end of the month, and then maybe in June go back and see what cards I might be missing from my collection or ones that I'm looking to pick up. Like maybe some beta lands too, 7th edition foils as well. 4 years ago, I got the option to buy 4 Serious Sanctums for £35 each. Is that euros or pounds? I didn't take it because I just want to buy one, and the seller was going to sell the full playset. Wow. Yeah, and you know it's tough because that's usually when you actually find the best deals will be as a play set, because the seller just that's the way they played it. They want to keep them together. They feel like it's easier to sell that way. It's a bigger chunk of change for them, but you actually get the better deal out of it. And if it's like a reserve list card and you had a play set of those lands, that feels bad, man. That feels bad. But again, it's all hindsight, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, I got like the McFarlane era Amazing Spider-Man comics. Like, I don't have too much of the Bronze Age or Silver Age comics, but you know, I started collecting in the 90s. So, you know, that wasn't a very good era for comic books. The only collectibles that have really done well in the 90s is maybe a little bit of Pokemon, but mostly Magic the Gathering. But yeah, no, it's I mean, yeah, the McFarlane Amazing Spider-Man, I just love his artwork. I like the storylines, but for the most part, yeah, I'm not interested in the Magic the Gathering comic by Boom at all. Not going to read it. I did have some Army of Darkness comic books that I got in the 2000s era. Uh, that was another thing that I was into horror comic books back then as well. So I have some of those set aside. They're not really investable. I know they're probably maybe they'll be lucky to see $20 one day as a return. Yeah. All right. So what time is it now? 5:30. So we got about 45 minutes. So I might open up another pack. Not sure which one I should go with. What do you guys think? Might open one of these. But we got a few more questions here. Any cards you're looking forward to seeing in Modern Horizons 2? I work in a store that I will open 1K boxes. That's exciting. I would love to be around someone who opens up 1,000 boxes. Cards that I would like to see in Modern Horizons 2. Well, as in terms of like a new type of card or just older cards being introduced into Modern. I don't know. That's a tough one. They already got Counterspell in there. That was one that I was kind of anticipating. Chain Lightning would be cool. If they brought Chain Lightning into Modern, that could make a lot of, I mean, a lot of red aggro, just even burn decks, a lot more powerful. But at the same time, you have the effect of Chain Lightning is interesting, where you can kind of keep it going back and forth in a chain. That would be fun to see in Modern. They say Legendary Zombie. As a new card or as a reprint? Interesting. I regret selling, but at the time, 150 for each of my boxes. Put some food on the table, so I would make. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is when you're comparing food to, you know, money at a certain point, of course you're going to go with the food. You know, people aren't really thinking about collectibles when you're starving, right? But yeah, I know it seems like a good choice. If you you know you got sustenance out of it, right? And you were satiated after, so that's a bonus. I met the shop owner who 3D printed some of Todd McFarlane's models for him. Was Wow, that's amazing. These were the older models, or you mean newer ones? So oh wow, so 3D printed some of the old. That's amazing. Yeah, he's got that one series now. He's taken over the DC multiverse for the action figure line. They look good, but the problem is they're the 7-inch scale. And those ones are the same scale as the Marvel Selects. And right now, like I collect Marvel Legends. So those ones are in the 6-inch scale. I just like them better to pose. I think they just look better on the shelf too. Less bulkier. And you can fit a lot more of them onto a display. What's your opinion? Typical Canadian in Germany, the news are full of facts about the USA, but I didn't really know so much about Canada, and I think my background from South Park didn't count. Yeah, South Park's take on Canadians, I guess, is probably not the best place to start. What's my opinion on a typical Canadian? I don't know. Typical Canadian. Oh, that's a tough one. They watch hockey. They like beer, but see, Toronto's so international because, from my perspective, a Canadian might be a little different than someone who lives in like a smaller town. But Canadians, okay, this the way I look at Canadians, they're not as nice as you think they are. Like, there's a weird kind of stereotype where Canadians are seen as being these like a nice, apologetic, but they're not. They're not really. I actually think Canadians are more rude than Americans in some way because Canadians will just say stuff right behind your back. They'll like say something nice to you, but then right away they'll just start talking about you behind your back. Also, just saying sorry is just kind of dismissive. Like they say sorry a lot, but that's not really, you're not solving anything by saying sorry. You're just kind of dismissing a situation at times. So no, I don't know. Being Canadian, I mean, I think they do like to drink. That's one thing. They love their IPAs. They like craft beers a lot in Canada. And they actually like basketball more than hockey right now, at least in Toronto. But I mean, if you go out to a small town, they would say hockey all day. Maple syrup, yeah. Yeah, I do watch Sharkman's Prime, actually. He was the first person I ended up watching, him and Glenn Webb, if you remember his channel. He ended up passing away, sadly, about 4 years ago. But yeah, I was watching those channels a lot. Like I had a few of the figures before, but I wasn't really into collecting them that much. But he definitely got me more into it. Sorry, playing with my son, but I'm here. Yeah, no worries, dude. And yeah, Pause is looking to get to 1,000 subscribers. He also makes Magic the Gathering content, so hopefully we can help him out with a few subs today. I love playing World of Warcraft with Canadians. Oh yeah, interesting. Why is that? Is there any specific reason you like playing with Canadians? Do they apologize a lot when they play? Dominaria, yeah, I might crack open that. You're right, maybe. Let's see. I do only have about 45 minutes to go. Always, Liam. Always. You know how it goes. Especially Tom. Yeah, we might might open up one of these packs. We'll see. You know, I'll open up just to get things going. I'll open up this intro pack, the deck, and we'll go through the deck together. And let's see. I don't even remember what's in this deck. This is old. This is over 5 years old. Yeah, no, I know the matches. I want to do some Pauper matches. I've been doing those Pauper deck tutorials on the Thursday. You got my Discord, right? Yeah, you do. So we chat with me on there. We could try to find a way to set something up. So we got the 2 Battle for Zendikar packs here. Ooh, sounds like a Expedition Scalding Tarn. Weird. Yeah, Wiggles. Yep. So yeah, we can definitely chat there, and we could try to set something up. I would probably only do a 2-camera setup. I mean, like a 1-camera setup for the gameplay as a live stream, but that's definitely possible. I could definitely try to set something up like that, or even just pre-recording something for a live stream potentially. We'll see, though. That looks like something that can be fun. All right, so let's go through this deck. And then we do have these 5 now, because I opened up the intro pack to open up. So we will open up one of these. If we can get another channel member tonight, either a channel member or a super sticker or super chat. But let's go through this. Let's just go through this right now. Let's see what's in here, because I totally forgot what's in here. It's been like almost, was it 6 years now? It's been 6 years, actually. Yeah, wow, 6 years since Battle for Zendikar. That really ages me. So we got a Barrage Tyrant. That is our rare. Oh, we do have another rare. That is our foil Eldrazi right here. And then we got a Serpentine Spike is our next rare in the pack. And then we got a Sludge Crawler. These are terrible to play, these intro packs. These are rough. Okay, and then we got another Sludge Crawler. Okay, so yeah, we are getting, that's right. You never really got a play set of something. It was always just a few cards. Oh, 2X, you get to pick the next pack, buddy. So when we're done going through here, you get to decide on which one you want to see. We have Battle for Zendikar, we got Jump Starts, we got Ravnica, and we got Dominaria. So you got 2 Kozilek's Sentinel. We got Culling Drone. I think we have 2 of these as well. Usually they're 2. Oh no, we got 3. We never get a playset in these ones though. Forerunner of Slaughter. They do it on purpose, just so that they would force you to buy that 1 extra card or 2 extra cards if you need it from the LGS. Forerunner of Slaughter. I think we have 1. Yeah, just the 2 of those. Then we got the Nettle Drone. And then we got Vile Aggregate. So we got, I think, 3. No, just 2 of those. Dominator Drone. Jumpstart. Yeah, I will open up that. That's good. The thing about Jumpstart is maybe there's a way. No, because it gives it away. Once you open it up, you see the pack name, and right away you already know what it is. So we got the Dominator Drone. We got a Vestige of Emrakul. And I think we got 3 of those. A Mind Raker. Then we got a Silent Skimmer. And we got Evolving Wilds, great card, great fetch land. Looming Spires, I think we got 4 of these. No, it's just 2. Is that it? Yeah, and then we just got basic mountains, swamps, and then we have it. Oh yeah, that's right. We do have this here at the end. We got a Processor Assault and a Transgress the Mind. We got 2. Yeah, that's actually a good card. That was a good card in Standard. Molten Nursery. Okay, and then a Touch of the Void. Another one as well. Complete Disregard. Swarm Surge. We got another beautiful art on Swarm Surge as well. And then we have a Grip of Desolation as the last card. Okay, that was the intro pack deck. Not too exciting, I have to say, but we are going to open up a pack now for 2X. Wiggle. The Wiggle Wiggle. Okay, Jump Start. One of my favorite sets of the past year. Okay, so this is the back of the pack. We get to see what it is. If it says elves, I am freaking out. Oh, it's archaeology. I don't think archaeology is one of the better ones. Yeah, I know there's different cards. I know they vary, but the elves one, every single one of the packs, doesn't matter what the variants are good. But archaeology, here we go. So what is our rare? It is a Scholar of the Lost Trove. Not too bad. And then we got a Buried Ruin. Buried Ruin is actually a pretty decent card. And we got a Hedron Archive, also a playable card. Juggernaut. We got a Meteor Golem. We got a Thirst for Knowledge. Ancestral Statue. We got the Spell Bomb, the Aether Spell Bomb. Ooh, nice. We got a Chromatic Sphere. That's actually a really playable card. I can throw that in a Pauper deck. Archaeomender as well. And then we got another one. And we got a Erratic Visionary. And then we got the Thriving Isle, which is the best of the Thriving cards. I believe this one actually is about $1 right now, actually. And then we got a Lightning Core Excavator. And then we have the beautiful Jumpstart Island. And I think after that, it's just the regular M21 islands. Yeah. So that was not bad. That was kind of fun. Not the strongest Jumpstart pack opening, but that was nice. Scholar of the Lost Trove. Not too bad. What's your favorite Jumpstart pack? Like, I think most people would say elves, but I mean, there's the Phyrexia one was really cool too, and that land is really nice. The new Phyrexia style land, the Phyrexian text. You're sitting on 6 Jumpstart booster boxes. I'm debating on holding or cracking. Yeah, you know, it's tough because right now the prices on some of them, even the singles, are so high. They might be worth just cracking and trying to sell some of the singles and try to recoup some value that way, or even trade those singles into store and trying to get some reserve list cards. Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I'm keeping mine sealed though. I think sealed is safer as a long-term hold. Here's something interesting with Jumpstart. The name cards are magic backed. Usually they are non-magic backed cards. I wouldn't mind getting a set of them. That's actually really interesting. Huh. That's cool. What are the packs? What are the prices on packs for Jumpstart or just Jumpstart? Oh, the booster boxes. Right now, they're about sitting at the cheapest is $200 to $250 for a booster box of Jumpstart. But the thing is, the store 401 Games has them for $199. Recently, they had them, but they got sold out like right away. As soon as they priced it at that, immediately sold out. So that definitely sends a price signal saying, yes, that was underpriced. They should be higher. But yeah, I wouldn't buy them at that price, even though I think for around 199 Canadian is a good deal. But I got them for 120 Canadian. So that's, even though I think they're going to go even higher than that in the future, I don't think that's a great price right now to buy them. But if you haven't gotten any Jumpstart boxes yet, that's probably an okay price point to enter in. What kind of car did you buy? Honda Civic. Honda Civic. If you look at the Jumpstart, yeah, no, it's true. And there's some cards that are just printed in Jumpstart, right? So like the Allosaurus Shepherd, that's just the card that was printed in Jumpstart. That's the only version you can get, and it's a mythic, so it makes it very hard to get. Also, the Elf packs are just the rarity on them itself. That like there's not a lot of people have like opened up 6 booster boxes on their channels, and they haven't even opened up a single Elf pack or a single Allosaurus Shepherd. Got a foil 7th edition Swamp and Odyssey Swamp foil I want to sell. The yeah, some of the Odyssey Swamps actually go for a decent amount. But yeah, the 7th edition Swamps, those ones for sure. No Market Watch vids on weekends. Except for my channel. I got mine. Tiny Bones. Yeah, you're right. Tiny Bones. That was actually originally the card that was going for pre-order prices. That was actually going for more than Allosaurus Shepherd. And Allosaurus Shepherd was actually the more sought after one once the set was released, because elves are such a powerful tribe and commander. So those cards are started going for a lot more, which makes sense. Elves are the most, they're so fun in Commander. I think you actually play that card in Legacy as well. I think people are using it for that too. Yeah, and exactly. There's only 2 variations of the elves, and they're both good. So it's like as soon as you see that your pack is elves and you open it up, it's like almost like you could just leave it sealed and you could sell it that way. And you might be able to get a higher price for that. The only problem is the variance there. Yeah, the Allosaurus one is more expensive, but they're both good. Because I think the other one you get the Craterhoof Behemoth, right? So that's also a really good card. Not quite as expensive as Allosaurus Shepherd, though. Yeah. It's crazy. These packs feel like they're so airtight. They've been sitting in that intro deck for so long. It's crazy looking at these. They're like vacuum sealed. These ones are like a little looser. Weird. Yeah, I can't believe how old Battle for Zendikar is. It's almost 6 years right now. Brutaclad made mill possible in Commander. Yeah, well, also remember that Brutaclad did really well also with Traumatize. And that was a card that's been going up too. It's been on a few market movers. Yeah, Craterhoof is great. Really powerful. That's like a Craterhoof's basically a game ender in Commander. Hey, Matt, do you buy any graded cards? Any advice on going for cheaper graded cards like BGS 7 versus paying premiums for BGS 9.9.5? Oh, man. I'm not the best with graded cards. I don't know how good my advice is going to be. I do know, like, the lower you go down in the grading scale, the better prices are going to be. So there's more opportunity, but at the same time, the premiums that you end up getting for anything 9 and above, especially 9.5 and above, they tend to have higher appreciation. Like if you bought like a 9.5 Black Lotus, you could get 25% return the next year if you sold it. Just if you held it, just held it for 1 year at that price. So I don't know. I wouldn't know for collecting. I wouldn't. Going lower down the BGS list is not the best. What's your opinion on buying Commander Legends draft box? Well, I have one. I think they're undervalued compared to the Commander Legends collector booster boxes, but overall, I think they are going to be a good hold. I purchased mine for under 120, so that's a pretty good price. It depends on what price you're entering, but I think they're going to go up in the future because they don't have a set booster box attached to them, just a collector booster box. And both of them, the set booster boxes and the collector booster boxes were underprinted. Oh, Mike Haas, you have your choice. What do you want to see open up? Dominaria, Battle for Zendikar, or Return to Ravnica? The choice is yours. What did you want to see? What do you think about all the Ikoria booster boxes? They are on sale at Amazon for $99. That's actually a good price. $99 for Ikoria booster boxes? Yeah, because even in Canada, that's about 130. That's actually a little under 130 right now. Yeah, that's a really good price. I would get a few boxes at that price, especially if you're looking to just hold them. Yeah, that's a good price. Brudovec, yeah, but it's insta win with Maddening Cacophony. And Maddening Cacophony, that was what was that in? Was that in Guilds or was that War of the Spark? I know that was one of those. I think it was that block. Battle for Zendikar is what you want to see. Okay, we are going to open up a Battle for Zendikar. Okay, you know what? Actually, let's go. We'll go with the Gideon pack cards. Because Gideon, I think, is the best, second best mythic in the set. I think Ulamog is in the set, right? So we can get an Ulamog in this. What up, Tyler? I wish I could get some more Ikoria at that price. Minimum 120 here in the UK. Wow, 120 pounds? That is expensive for Ikoria right now. Okay, so excellent price for Ikoria. Yeah, agreed. Wayne, okay, so 2X saying, figure out what it is to ship and he could help you out. Okay, Salvage Drone is our first common of the set. Calastria Healer is our next card. We have Blister Pod. That was actually a decent card in Standard. And then we got Oracle of Dust. We have got Kite Sail Scout. We got a Belligerent Whiptail. Then we got a Core Castigator. Yeah, the cores were in this set. Lifespring Druid. Actually, I really like that card. And then we got a Valakut Invoker. We do have an Ondu Great Thorn. Okay. And then we got our first uncommon. It's a Brood Monitor. Looks a lot like a Sliver. That picture. So we got a Sky Rider Elf. And then we got a Titan's Presence. Okay, so I'm trying to see if we have a foil in here. No, we do not have a foil in this, unfortunately. And we do have, however, a Mythic. Nice. We got a Undergrowth Champion. Not bad. I know it's not worth the most since it's from Battle for Zendikar. This set was opened to Oblivion. Sealed product on this actually is doing quite well. And then we got our Full Art Island, followed by our token card, a Core Ally. Not bad, though. We do have 2 Mythics from the pack opening so far today. So not bad. Thanks a lot for that, Mike. That was fun. Thank you for letting me open that. Okay. Ninjasaurus. Buddy, how is it going? My dude, sorry for being late to the chat. I was playing hockey and drinking craft beers. You must be Canadian. Wow. Well, welcome to the chat. Mike opened 1 box of Battle for Zendikar back in the day. Got a Gideon and a foil Gideon and 1 pack. Oh, no, 1 box. Wait, what? That's a pretty good box because back in the day, wasn't Gideon like the best card in Standard? I'm pretty sure he was like the king in Standard at one point. There was Gideon Tribal at a time, I think, when Amonkhet was around, because you had Amonkhet and you had Battle for Zendikar kind of crossing over, and there was a Gideon Tribal deck that did really well in Standard. Did you get the Goodwill lot? No, someone outbid me. Was it you, Tyler? Did you outbid me? I was looking for a few Goodwill collections, but to be honest, there's just not much that shows up. And whenever there is anything that shows up, there's so much hype around the collection or lots that people end up paying a lot more. Like, I will pay a little bit more because of the supporters on the channel. And I'm like, it'll make for great content if I end up winning a bid for a Goodwill lot. But at a certain point, it's just like, I'm not spending from my perceived value of what the cards are. I'll tally up the value and I'll use like MTG stocks and TCG player, and I'll look at the cards that I can see that are visible in the picture, and I'll kind of estimate what the value is probably going to be. Because I know Goodwills, they will show you the best cards because they have people who just constantly look at the secondary market on any of the items, and they will actually price them accordingly, and they'll keep an eye on it. And some people think that there must be other cards in there, and there must be like revised dual lands, and they outbid people like crazy. And I'm not gonna fall for that. I know what they do with their pricing, and I'm not gonna. It's also American dollars, so when you're paying that conversion fee and the shipping, it really does not feel worth it. Oh, Brandon, how's it going, buddy? Dominaria, yeah, absolutely. Your wish is my command. Okay, so a gift may work, but it has to be less than a. Oh, you're talking to someone else. Reading other people's comments that weren't even addressed to me. You got 2 Goodwill lots? Wow. Yeah, it's really tough to win them unless you're really, really wanting to overbid, because that's really the only way. You have to overbid in Goodwill. Like, there's too many people who've made YouTube videos, myself included, that have showcased what you could potentially get at Goodwill, and it kind of, I think it's brought in the hype, and now people are, going crazy with the bids. 15 pound and a 7 pound. Yeah, it's gonna be like the shipping costs for a 15 pound lots. I know because I had to pay one for Goodwill. Okay, so Dominaria, thank you, Brandon. Let's do this. Okay, we're starting things off with a Befuddle. I love this set, by the way. Hopefully we can get it to Fairy. We got a Skirk Prospector. We got a Sergeant at Arms. And we got a Stronghold Confessor. We got a Pierce the Sky. Then we got a Divination. We got a Short Sword. Okay, he's got a Short Sword. We got a Blessed Light. Loving the artwork there. Anthony Palumbo. We got a Keldon Overseer. We got a Neighborhood Magic. Now we got a Wizard's Lightning. Great card, by the way. Fantastic card in any Wizard Tribal deck. It's basically a Lightning Bolt. Amazing. So we got that. Remember, this is the last set that Richard Garfield actually had any sort of involvement with. Memorial to Glory. We have a two-headed giant. So that means that we do have a legendary. I think behind here is a foil, because I think that's how they did it. If you the legendary slot, it skips over one. Yeah, so we have a two-headed giant. Okay, so we have. Oh no, it's a sparring construct. Wait a minute, do we have another one behind here then? Yeah, we do have a legendary. So it's just Shauna Cisse's Legacy. Not a bad pack though. We did get a foil. Remember, this is the era where foils are a lot more rare than they are now, because you didn't have the set boosters and the collector boosters. Not bad. Sparring construct, two-headed giant. And I think my favorite of the pack was probably Wizard's Lightning, to be honest. That's a real cool pack. All right, thank you so much, Brandon, for that. That was amazing. I had a lot of fun opening that. Thank you. Did Clever Magic Trevor come by it? No, he did not. He did not. Not in the live stream, at least. Yeah, after I found it, I purchased hundreds of cards there. Yeah. Okay, you're talking about Goodwill, I assume. Mike, good night, buddy. Have a good night. Guten Nacht. Guten Nacht, Bispat. I'll have to check that out. Okay. Card Sphere allows the person to make an offer, and anyone can sell the card to that person. So it's opposite of TCG and favors anyone rather than large sellers. I agree. That's something. But I also have a TCG Player affiliate link, so I have to back TCG Player, guys. Sorry about that. They do help support the channel. But no, like I would rather support an LGS over anything else. If I had a choice, LGS would be my number one priority. TCG Player is not bad either. But like all massive sellers, there's going to be problems here and there. But I do like TCG Player. Card Kingdom's not bad either. I'm not going to. Yeah, I won't lie. Card Kingdom's good too. How do you feel about Soul Echo for the reserve list? Soul Echo in terms of yeah, I don't know. It's from Mirage. There's a lot of copies of that out there. I think it's also spiked a lot. I mean, it's on its retrace a little bit. It might be okay to pick up, but I would wait a little bit right now. The market's crazy. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, 2X. And hey, get in touch with me on Discord again. Maybe we could find a way we could set something up for some tournament play for live streams. I want to play Pauper, just casual Magic with my subscribers and even channel members. That could be fun too. So yeah, let me know, 2X. And thanks again for dropping by. It really means a lot. Card Sphere isn't a massive seller, just individual users sellers. Yeah. So yeah, they can't really compete them with TCG Player right now. Yeah, no problem, Brian. All right. So I got about 10, 15 minutes tops to go because I do know other streamers like Moxman are probably going to be streaming soon. I don't want to have any overlap. I want to make sure people can get to his stream if they want to go check that out. But actually, before I go, what do you guys think of today's Mattcast? And which YouTubers would you like to see me approach for future videos? I have a few that are already scheduled to be released next Saturday and the Saturday following, or no, Sunday following. So those are already good and dusted, ready to go. But if there's any other ones, obviously not every single YouTuber is going to respond or even get back to me. But I would like to hear some suggestions to know which ones you would potentially like to see, because I have a lot of fun shooting the shit with the people. Actually, just covering really broad topics. The last one I did was with actually Max Makes Magic, and that was it. That was a really interesting one because he does produce Magic the Gathering content, but not the typical type of content that you would see. At least that's like on my channel. He makes things with his 3D printer. He creates things from the game and he brings them to life. So he was really interesting to talk to. He also does like a Magic the Gathering trivia show called Battle of Wits, which is obviously obviously it's the card Battle of Wits. So it's actually it was really fun. We had a great conversation. He's from England, and we made each other laugh a few times. And that video is going to be out not next, no, actually no, next week, I believe. Yeah, so that one's gonna be good. The next one after that is gonna be Mr. Bevers, who's another Canadian Magic Gathering YouTuber, and that one is also gonna be a very, very fun conversation to watch. And yeah, let me know if there's any other YouTubers you'd like to see me approach, and I will try my best to make that happen. Can't guarantee anything though. Saffron Olive. As soon as I saw Saffron Olive as the name, immediately my voice went up. But yeah, maybe I can do that. Matt, everyone for having a morning, depending on where you're at. Yeah, Jacob. What do you think about the most undervalued reserve list card is? Oh, that's worth a video topic right there. Work with heroes and legends. Honestly, I think it's Alpha Lotus. It sounds crazy. Saffron Olive, better known as Seth. Ask Moxman. Yeah, I'd like to ask Moxman. He's never commented on a single one of my videos though. I've commented on a few of his, so I might approach him, but we'll see. Soul Echo on the reserve list. Your thoughts? Yeah, I briefly just covered that. Yeah, it's from Mirage, right? I don't know. Right now, I'd have to search the price, but if it's on the reserve list, it's probably going to be a decent buy. But again, it's from Mirage. It's not one of the 4 Horsemen sets, so it's going to be more volatile. All right, so we do have around 10 minutes to go, guys. We do have 2 more packs as well. We can get through these, or we can definitely save them. I'm okay with saving these for the next stream, as well as maybe getting a few more packs to add to the live stream collection. Power Dragon. Yeah, I would totally. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Power Dragon. Yeah. He does some streams where he Twitch mostly. Yeah, but no, I do like his channel too. That's another one. I'm okay with pretty much any person for a Mattcast who does Magic Gathering content. All right, so it is teetering down slightly here today. So Rudy, yeah, okay. I was surprised they even got Edwin from Unhinged. to actually be on the Mattcast. That was a surprise. But yeah, he is friends with Rudy. If there's any way I could get Rudy onto this Mattcast, I would probably go through Edwin. I don't know if the best. I don't know if I just messaged him, I feel like he would just, it would go into his spam folder, and he'd probably be like, "Who's Mattcaster Mage? Get out of here." I don't know what that is. But yeah, Rudy, that would be a great Mattcast. I can have him on there. That'd be, I'm sure the conversation would be fun. They are cheap right now, for sure. All right. Things are winding down. Business idea. One of the 4 Horsemen t-shirts. I have my t-shirt that's, so I'm going to be releasing a shirt probably next week if I can get it done by then. But it's going to be, it's original art. It's not my name on a shirt or anything like that. It's original, funny Magic Gathering art that I think is going to be awesome. I'm actually going to order a few just for myself. So that could be, I mean, I don't know. It has to do with the reserve list. Let me just put it that way. But it's really funny art, and I hope you guys enjoy it when I actually end up releasing it. Even if you guys, I don't even, like, you don't even have to buy it. Just let me know if you liked it or not. I was just proud of it myself. Hey, Renegade. Renegader HD, how's it going? All right, so we are winding down. We got about 5 to 10 minutes to go. I love your content. You are my favorite market watch. I watch every single day. You're the shit, bro. I'd love to see some EDH tech, by the way, if it's up your alley. I do have a few EDH decks I could do some deck decks on. Think about the, and thank you, by the way. The thing about EDH is it's because you don't need play sets or anything like that for cards. It's so customizable to you as like what you would like in a deck. That's, I can do it, but people are going to critique here and there and say, hey, you know, I've replaced this card with this card. I get that card, this card. But a lot of it's really about what you want in deck. And a lot of it is going to be just personal favorites. But 100%, thank you, though. I totally would be down to do one. I have a few more Pauper deck techs that I want to get done in the coming weeks for the Thursday releases. And then I will get to doing maybe an EDH deck as well. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Brian. Yeah, I try to get a few deck decks out. I know some people aren't a big fan. They don't really get a lot of views, my Pauper deck decks, but I still like doing them because I want people who are getting into the game of Magic, you know, if they want to, you know, start playing Magic for cheap, you know, a nice, fun, easy way to get in is Pauper. And hopefully the deck decks that I produce, if they can find them, they can actually get into the game and try to build one of those decks really cheap. That's why when I buy collections, I try to actually sift through it for cards that are good for Pauper, and I end up building a few decks from them. Silver stacked as well. Yeah, well, the silver short squeeze is going down right now. Jason, Mattcaster is not retiring. Well, he kind of did, but he's not really. Always thought PM silver sheet MG tokens would be cool. Yeah, tips for buying collections. Try local first. Local is probably going to be the best way to buy collections. You save on shipping, you get to see the cards firsthand, and you can maybe make a better deal. That would be like my number one tip for buying collections. Apart from that, a lot of it is going to be gambling. Hopefully, if people give you a list of cards that are valuable, that can help you make a better decision. But I would say local is the number one way to buy a collection that you're going to get the best value out of it for sure. It's very hard for someone to kind of fool you if you're at least going through and do a little bit of work, look at a few cards. You don't have to like go through the entire collection in front of the person, but you know, go through a few cards, kind of add up the value there, and then figure out whether or not it's going to be a good purchase. All right, guys. So I got 2 more packs. I might open one in the next 5 minutes or so as a send off. If not, we will totally save these for the next live stream. So what do we got here? I'd go for deck text based on the average price on EDH rec. Yeah. So average. That's a good point. Just dropping in, hoping all is well, dude. Well, thank you for dropping in, Napalm. All is well as it can be. Yeah, it's doing okay. I mean, I'm in Toronto. You know, it's the most locked down city in the world. So, I mean, there's definitely a strain on mental health. But yeah, no, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. All right, so we got a few more minutes. So thanks everyone who's tuned into the stream. I will be back next Sunday for another live stream. I'm going to try to keep it going as a ritual. Next Sunday is actually Victoria Day long weekend. So as I say that, I start to second guess whether or not I will be available for a live stream. If I am, I will let you know the day of, but I may not be available next week for a live stream. We will see. Hopefully I am. But if I'm not, you know, you'll catch me tomorrow for a market mover video and obviously throughout the entire week as well. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Means a lot. We will crack a few more packs next live stream, and I will answer a few questions here and there, and hopefully you can join me for that. All right, take care. I will see you in the next one.